and strength. Come closer, my young friends. Gather round and let an old man share a tale, not just of ancient battles and forgotten heroes, but of truths that echo through the ages, truths that whisper warnings to our very present day. Long, long ago, across the wine-dark sea, there stood a city of immense wealth, of towering walls, of a people who believed themselves invincible. This was Troy. For 10 long years, the mightiest warriors of Greece battered against her gates, yet Troy stood firm, a beacon of defiance, a testament to human ingenuity and strength. But then a silence fell. The Greek ships, once a menacing armada, vanished from the horizon. And in their place, a gift, a colossal wooden horse, a magnificent beast, left upon the shores as a supposed offering to the gods, a sign of Greek surrender and departure. The Trojans, weary from war, rejoiced. They pulled this grand trophy into their city through gates that had withstood a decade of siege, believing it a symbol of their hard-won victory. Oh, how they celebrated! The streets of Troy, once filled with the clang of swords and the cries of battle, now rang with laughter and song. They feasted, they danced, oblivious to the silent, deadly cargo within their walls. For inside that wooden belly, hidden in the darkness, were the very warriors they thought had fled. And in the dead of night, they emerged. They opened the gates, and the waiting Greek army poured in. In a single, horrifying night, a city that had defied an army for a decade, a kingdom of unparalleled prosperity, collapsed into ash and ruin. Poof. Gone. All because of a gift, a deception, a Trojan horse. Now you might ask, what has this ancient tale to do with us, with our gleaming cities and our digital marvels? More than you might imagine, my dears. For the human heart, with its desires and its vulnerabilities, remains much the same. And the lessons of Troy, though etched in stone and sung in epics, are being replayed, albeit on a different stage. We live in an age of unprecedented connectivity, of innovation that promises to transform our lives. And within this digital tapestry, a new form of wealth has emerged. A wealth that exists not in gold or land, but in lines of code, in the ethereal realm of ones and zeros, cryptocurrency. Young men, with dreams in their eyes and hope in their hearts, pour their hard-earned money, their very futures, into this new frontier. They see the promise of rapid riches, the allure of a system free from traditional constraints. And indeed, there is allure. But just as Troy had its wooden horse, so too does our digital world have its hidden dangers. We call them Trojan horses still, these insidious computer viruses that masquerade as harmless programs, slipping past our digital defenses. They can infiltrate our systems, steal our data, or worse, hold our digital lives for ransom. And in the world of unregulated crypto, the threat is even more profound. Imagine, if you will, a digital Trojan horse, a sophisticated attack, or even a fundamental flaw that exploits the very fabric of the blockchain. A vulnerability unseen, unheard, until it's too late. And then, in a blink of an eye, all that digital wealth, all those hopes and dreams could simply disappear. Poof, gone, just like Troy. With physical property, a house, a piece of land, even in the worst of times, you still have something tangible. You have the structure, the earth beneath your feet. But with digital currency, if it vanishes, there is nothing left to hold, nothing to touch, nothing to rebuild upon. It's an emptiness, a void where once there was perceived value. This is why we must look to the past, my friends, not to dwell in sorrow, but to learn. The echoes of Troy are not just a lament for a fallen city, but a timeless warning. A warning about unchecked enthusiasm, about the dangers of ignoring caution, about the fragility of even the most seemingly secure foundations when deception is allowed to enter. The chaos we see in our world today, the rapid shifts, the unforeseen collapses, they are not new. They are merely new manifestations of old patterns. The wise among us understand that true security lies not just in the strength of our walls, but in the wisdom of our choices, in our ability to discern the true nature of the gifts we accept. So, as you navigate this complex world, remember Troy. Remember the horse. And remember that the greatest defense against future calamities is often found in the lessons of the past. For only by understanding where we have been can we truly hope to build a future that endures.